BTS in the house. This is absolutely exciting. Just everyone. But I got my neighbor from childhood. I call him Duck Duck. How many know him by Duck Duck? Oak Lane. Okay, Duck Duck. James Duck Duck Way the second. That's how you're in my phone. Then I got my cousin Scott Kearse in the house. I love it. We got Mr. Peter Oates in the house. And then we got Mr. Nel Ramos Lugo. See, I've been practicing. Now, because there's 4 of them, see, there's always a treat. I invite one, they bring their families, they bring their friends. It multiply. And I'm like, I'm charging you. What in the world, James? But that's all right. The more the merrier. The more the merrier. So, James, I'm not even going to go into your bio, but I just want to introduce their presentation as they make their way to the stage. BTS Passport to Greatness, James, Scott, Nel, and Peter.
All right, how y'all doing? Like you said, I'm James Way. I am the founder of BTS Sports. But before I get into our story, I just want to take a little bit of time real quick to thank some people. First is Jennifer. Like she said, I've known Jennifer all my life. I don't even remember my life without her in it. Like we go back all the way back to Oak Lane, where I was raised on Oak Lane. There's some of my childhood friends are here, and their parents, some of my childhood friends' parents are in here. And I want to thank them. They always say it takes a village to raise a child, and they did a real good job of helping raise me, whether it was on Oak Lane, on West Street, or all of us that was members at Shiloh Baptist Church. I just want to say thank you for what they was able to pour into me as a child. And that's kind of the founding structure to BTS Sports. Growing up in York, I grew up in a York where the community raised you. My whole neighborhood, actually, I'm up here with my brother and my friends that became brothers. So we're close. But the love and support that y'all gave us is what we want to give back to the community. We want to give that old school feel back to York. I moved back to York in 2011, and it was a lot different than in 1990 when I left. And a lot of people said, well, that's old school. We don't do that anymore. I said, but we can, and we will. And through BTS Sports, we have. Our motto is, we're going to change lives. We're going to, I forgot just that fast. Changing lives, one child, one clinic, one city at a time. So, like, I work in the school system. All of us do, myself, my brother, Mr. Oates. We all was in the same school last year, and we touched as many boys and girls as we could, and we wanted to provide them a safe space, not just through sports. Like I tell them, we're not sports coaches, we're life coaches. Sports is just a platform we was given to get to those kids. And that's what we plan to do. That moving forward is, as we say, give out greatness. You can be great. We was taught that from childhood till now. You can be great. It's a matter of what you want to do and what you're willing to sacrifice to get to it. Coming from York, going into the military, most people never even heard of York, Pennsylvania when I met them. But I always told everybody, I'm going to make sure you don't forget it once you meet me. That's right. So that's where we're here now. And the first one that's going to give you a part of that greatness is my brother. We've done everything together. School, Little League football, graduated, the military, working together. Now we're up here on stage together. My brother, Scott Kearse.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right. I don't normally stand behind. I can't do that. Nah, he's got it. You good with this?
We got you.
So we get, yeah, okay, we're good. All right, so normally, I'm sorry, I can't stand still. Normally, when I give this motivation speech, I'm up here for like 45 minutes. But today, I'm only going to give it to you for 6, okay? So the first thing is, like you said, I'm in the Army. I'm still in the Army, 29 years, 8 months, going on 30, coming next March. And I don't plan to retire anytime soon. So, thanks. So anyway, so one time we were in in Iraq, and we had just finished doing some business, some real good business. We were sitting there taking a break, and one of my soldiers was like, thank God it's Friday, right? And over there on Thursdays, it's actually Friday, okay? But one of the other soldiers was like, nah. He said, we don't thank God that it's Friday. We just thank God I'm alive. So it always stuck with me, TGIA, and it should stick with you. It's not thank God it's Friday. That's the restaurant. That's the store that you go eat at. But TGIA is thank God I'm alive. I'm thankful I'm alive. You know, the other thing is, part of this is that there are 3 things that I talk about. One is from my 2nd grade teacher, Miss Rollins, or Miss Dowry now. My Uncle John got smart and married. All right? So she's right. I was one of her students. There's one thing in her class I could not say, and that's the word can't. Sorry, don't get me in trouble for this. But we couldn't say that word. We said that word, we had to write it 25 times of why we were not allowed to say that word. Because she always told us that we can. We can. There are plenty of times I said I can't, but then there's plenty of times I wrote that word like over 100 or more times. You know, so she was an inspiration to me, and I talk about her. I talk about, there's another teacher, Miss King, that I talk about. Miss King was going to be the first astronaut, was going to be one of the first teacher astronauts in space, but she didn't make it. She was number 2. The other lady made it, and we know what happened then. Okay? But that is something that I talk about as well. The other thing I talk about is this. I talk about motivation, dedication, and you got to talk about success, equals success. Motivation, dedication, plus execution equals success. Motivation, dedication, execution equals success. I want you all to understand that, remember that. Because you have to motivate yourself. You have to be motivated to do what you want to do. You have to be motivated to keeping that one foot going forward. You have to be dedicated to that motivation. If you're dedicated to that motivation, you'll win. But the thing is, you can't win if you don't execute it. You have to execute that. If you don't execute your motivation and your dedication to your craft, to what you want to do in life, you won't be successful. Or you'll be successful at losing, but you don't want to do that. Even losers are successful. But we don't want that. You don't want that. I know I'm not that, and I don't appreciate it, I don't take it, and I don't do it. But you should. You should motivate yourself. Dedicate yourself to your motivation and execute what it is you want to do in life, whether it's education. If you're a CEO, why stop at being one CEO? You should be another CEO. If you're making $50,000, why not make 100? If you're making $100,000, why not make $1 million? If you're making $1 million, you're happy, okay, cool. I wouldn't be, because I would want to make another million, go up to 2 million. You got to keep climbing that ladder, keep going. The last thing I'll talk about is leftovers. Don't be someone's leftovers. You know what I mean? When you go home, you're going to look in the refrigerator. You're like, look at that good-looking food right there, right? All that stuff looks good, it looks fresh, but when you leave it in there too long, it starts to wilt. It starts to wilt. And then you become someone's leftovers, because that's how some people try to make all of us feel. That is exactly how they try to make us feel. They try to leave us in the refrigerator too long or leave us on the counter too long unwrapped, and then you start to become someone's leftover. No, I'm not going to become someone's leftovers. Neither should you. Don't become someone's leftovers. Don't let them put you out. No. You stay fresh. You make them want you. Because I tell you what, when I open my refrigerator and I see that pot roast right there, still fresh, still looking good, I'm going to reheat it. But it's still good. It still smells good. And I'm going to eat it because it's still fresh. And that's how I want to be. And that's how I make people see me. Happened to me one time. One time I let somebody they made me leftovers. And I left. And I did. But now I'm fresh, though. I stay fresh. I'm not going to let you talk to me and let me be someone's leftover. That's not going to happen. It can't happen. It'll never happen. Because one, TGIA, thank God I'm alive. One, I can do it because I can't do it. That's one thing for sure. I know that I can do it. And then the biggest thing is I have my motivation right here. Especially these two, they motivated me good last year to do some good things. But then I was dedicated to the things that they motivated me to do. And then I executed it. And now I'm being successful at doing what I'm doing, which is great for me. But the biggest thing is I'm not going to become someone's leftovers. Not at all. That's not going to happen. You should not let it happen to you. No matter what happens in your life, no matter how old you are, how young you are, it doesn't matter. Just go do what it is you're supposed to do and what you want to do, and you will be successful. You will not be those leftovers in that refrigerator on that counter. No one's going to throw you out because you don't deserve to be thrown out. Keep climbing that ladder. Keep doing what you want to do, no matter your age. We just had the seasoned folks up here, right? And they're still climbing that ladder. The same as us. I'm 53. But yet, I still climb that ladder. I'm still doing what I want to do to get to the next level. I can't stop, and neither should you, because this is what? Unstoppable you. Thank you. And I'm gonna introduce Mr. Peter Oates, right? Because Peter's a good guy. I met Peter a long time ago when he was working at the YWCA. My twins went to the YWCA. This man is great. He has a lot of big words that sometimes I don't even understand what he's saying. I'll give it to him. He has a lot of intestinal fortitude. I'll say that. So here he is, Mr. Peter Oates.
Good afternoon, everyone. These are my brothers right here. That's all I can really say in that regard. Thank you, Scott, for that introduction. I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank Jennifer Foxworthy, Unstoppable You, for allowing me the opportunity, right, to be here. And I want to say that with intention because it's an honor to be able to stand before you, right? My existence, my ability to speak to you right now is through the heavens above, God, and everything that I've experienced in life up until this point. So we need to be intentional about that, right? So just the fact of me being able to talk to you right now is a thing to be celebrated, right? We're talking about passport to greatness. Now, last I checked, a passport allows you to be able to travel to different places. It gives you the permission to do so, and it also gives you a stamp to confirm those different things. Throughout life, that is exactly what we're doing. We're walking through life, right? Trying to accomplish different things. From the moment you were born up until this point, there are different channels and different chapters of your life. So for me, as a person who loves to inspire other people, I enjoy doing that. I think the thing that we should all make sure we keep in mind is that we are walking inspirations of others. The fact that we breathe, the fact that we live, the fact that we talk, every time we connect with any and every individual through our walk of life is a moment to inspire. This passport to greatness doesn't just mean accomplishing things of higher feats and higher levels that can't even be obtained or talked about. It's the simple things of getting up in the morning, being able to take your shower, get yourself dressed, and go wherever you may be doing, wherever you may be working, wherever you are, because every single job has purpose. Whether you work at Rutter's and you're cooking that food, or you're behind the register and you're giving out lotto tickets, or you're taking their money for the gas, every time you see people, understand that they are living their lives just so they can connect with you, and vice versa. It's important just to be thankful for that. So if we're going to talk about passport to greatness, passport to greatness. In order for you to do that, you need to remember you have purpose. I'm from Queens, New York. Thank you. Appreciate you for that. I came here for the sake of my kids and my family. At the end of the day, before we talk about being from New York, we're here now together. I'm vested. Currently, I work at Lincoln Charter School, right? And I help in regards to academics and behavior. And for me, there's nothing more inspiring, and there's nothing that keeps me going more in regards to stamping my passport to greatness is by seeing the capacity in others. No matter how young, whether they're in kindergarten, 5th, 6th grade, high school, doesn't matter. Being able to see that in them, that's a passion of mine. Being able to see the passion, be able to see the potential in little people. I'm pretty sure we've all either have or been around young people. If you take 2 steps back and just realize how they can see things through their eyes. If you're interacting with them, that's part of your passport to your greatness, being able to see it in others. Being able to see the potential in others. For me, that is one of the most important things you can do as a human being. Don't get me wrong. We want to accomplish things for ourselves as a individual. Yes, that's important. But we lead by example. Those little people are literally looking at us every second that they can. And everything we do, they will mimic. So yes, this all relates to passport to greatness because your greatness can pour into somebody else, can pour into another young person. Wherever you are in your community, whatever it is that you do in life, regardless of whether you work in the school system or wherever your walks of life, as long as you are looking to be great within yourself, you can pass that on just by speaking, just by being, just by your posture, just by your energy, just by your presence. Your very existence, right? That can be passed on. It doesn't take a long, extenuating lesson or module. Sometimes just walking into the room and being seen, having the courage to walk in that room, regardless of whatever it is that you've ever faced. You can still hear me, though, right? Y'all can still hear me, right? Roger that. But let's not forget, regardless of where you are, everything you do contributes to your passport to greatness, but also to others. I've heard a lot of things shared today from a lot of wonderful people. By the way, just to share for a hot second, I took the ACEs test. Oh, I'm definitely in the 7 to 10 range. But guess what? I aced it. I'm here. I can actually stamp and say, despite all of what has happened, I am here. I'm able to articulate the very things that I'm able to articulate to you now, the inspiration, the desire to still keep going. I am unstoppable. Yes. I am. We all are. That's why we're here. Despite everything that's going on, that's a notification for me to wrap it up. But at the end of the day, just because I'm wrapping it up doesn't mean I'm stopping. And I need you to keep that in mind. Anything that's pulling you down, it's a notification of adversity, doesn't mean you stop. Why? Because we are unstoppable. Thank you so much.
I want to start out by giving the thanks to Jennifer for giving me the opportunity of being here. I also want to thank my best friend, my mentor, my reason of me doing this a lot. It's the Coach Way. That's how I know him. Originally, Coach Way. It all started on the gridiron for me. And I met 2 incredible gentlemen that they became family as well. A little short story behind me is I'm from Alexandria, Virginia. From the historical movie, Remember the Titans. Out there, I had all the friends. I did everything I had to do. I had scholarships. I thought I had it all. Thought that was the end of my chapter. till my mom decided to move me out here to PA. I moved here my senior year. And it gets worse than that. I had scholarship for my athletic. I did not know in the state of Pennsylvania, you only could do 4 years of varsity. I've been playing varsity football since the 8th grade. So when I moved here, I lost it all. Time that I was here, I lost close family members, best friends. It was just back to back to back to back. And then God set a plan. For everything he takes, he gives you more. So at that point, that's when he introduced me to Coach Way. I thought I was just wasting my time playing semi-pro or doing whatever I do just for the fun of it. I didn't think or expect coming to this day, which I'm not going to lie, I used to say I hated it. I wanted to go back. I argued with my mother. I said things that I shouldn't have said to her. Just because she moved me out here. And it's not because of the friends, it's because I was thinking about my future. And it was stripped away from me in a blink of an eye. Then Coach Wade came into my life. It all started with football. Just football. Little by little, I started opening up to him. Because he's more than just a football coach. He's a mentor. He's a father. He's a teacher. So as the days was going on, I kept learning from him, and he started inviting me into places with him. Hey, let's coach these kids. You know the game. Let's coach them. That's where I started falling in love with coaching the kids. I still remember the day that I told him, one promise, we're going to win a championship for my father that passed away that year. The day of the playoffs, I told him, please win this game because I have a feeling. That day, my son was born. I have 2 beautiful babies. Little girl, that she's my princess, ain't nobody touching her. No, I don't play that with her. I don't play that, no. But I have a little boy. I gave him one of the names, and it's all gonna lead up to what is my message for. His name is Joshua. It's a prophetic name. As I told him, I said, hey, I have a feeling. It was on June 5th. I told him I'm not going to the game. Or I may go to the game, but I need the trainer to hold my phone. Because as soon as I get that phone call, I'm running off the field. It's not about football no more. Right before I head out the door, that's when I got the phone call. My son was born on June 5th at 5:55. And my favorite jersey number that I always tell Coach Way, I don't care who it is, but he can see me whatever he wants, and I'm not giving up that number, is the actual number 5. I've been wearing that number since I moved out here to PA. So why I say that is it comes down to one thing he drilled inside of me. You set the tone. You're the director to your own movie. Cut those that don't belong in your movies. Keep on going. It is your movie, it's your show. It is your story. It doesn't matter what you've been through, because I've been through it all as a young kid. And the first thing they said is I was going to become a drug addict, an alcoholic, all the terrible things I could think of. Not graduate. I graduated at the top of my class. Even though I have all these trials and tribulations that keep on stepping upon me and everything I was going through, still graduated. I'm 27, about to be 28. I have my own clothing brand business because of the guidance of Coach Wade. That always be. It takes that one person to have faith in you and believe in you. So every time I see an obstacle course, I see it as in the scripture of Joshua, the wall of Jericho. What is your wall that you have to burst through? What is your wall that you have to tear down? It's all in your mental health. It starts with your mind. I used to always say, I can't. Coach Wade would grab me from my face mask and smack me upside my head and say, I don't want to hear that word no more. Please don't punish me. I heard that you don't like that word. I can't. I was a kid that used it a lot. Because once something gets stripped away from you, especially everything that you love, you start seeing the world differently. But it does take that one person to change your mind, your perspective in life. Now, I want everyone to say it with me, is I can and I will. I can and I will. So it doesn't matter what comes in your way, what wall that's in front of you, tear it down, because you can. Nothing can stop y'all at all. There's no walls that can literally stop y'all to do anything y'all want. If y'all could put your mind to it, y'all going to achieve it. Coach Wade taught me that. And since he taught me that, I've been overcoming things that I thought I would never do. I own a business at a young age. I got 2 beautiful kids that are already taken care of by themselves. Their school is already locked in. They're ready for the university. My mental thing is completely changed because I already did everything I need to do the correct way. But it takes one person. From one person, I grew a family. So who's that person? Where's that push? Where's that thrive? What is your wall? That's the real question. What is your wall that you need to tear down? Now, to close this out, I want to say it one more time with y'all. I can and I will. Thank y'all for your time.